let's go. So we're going to be looking at how to represent inequalities on a number line. And as you can see, I already drew a blank number line and we have our inequality right here. So let's go. So we have x is greater than 4, or in other words, 4 is less than x. So what I'm going to do is to start filling in some numbers on my number line. And I always like to put the number I'm comparing x to, which is 4, somewhere in the middle. So I'm going to put 4, let's say about here. And on a number line, I also know that if I move towards the left, which is this way, the numbers are going to get smaller. And if I move towards the right, which is this way, the numbers are going to get larger. They're going to get bigger. So I'm going to put the positive on the right there, and the negative on the left, meaning that on the right, the numbers will get larger. And on the left, the numbers are going to get smaller. Great. Good. So now we need to figure out where this x is going to go. Remember, x is supposed to be bigger. And what are some numbers bigger than 4? You have 5, and the 5 is going to go here. 6, 7. Good. Smaller? 3, 2, 1. Good. So we're comparing x with that 4. So I'm going to come at 4. I'm going to put an open circle. This is what an open circle is. A circle that is not shaded. You can literally supposed to sit through it or see the space inside it, just like this. So this is what we call an open circle. So remember now, x is supposed to be greater than. So am I going to go to the left or am I going to go to the right? If I want the number to be greater than, then I'm going to have to go to the right, towards this side. So I'm going to put an arrow like this, saying that x is supposed to get larger. So x could be 5, 6, 7, and so much, and so on more. Easy, don't it? Let's take another example. We have x is supposed to be less than or equal to this time 1. So we're comparing x with this 1. And I'm going to start off with that 1 in the middle on my number line, and I'm going to fill in the numbers around it. So going to the right, the numbers should get larger. So I'm going to put back this plus here just to guide me. Larger. And if I go to the left, which is over so, the numbers are supposed to get smaller. I never said smaller this time, I know, smaller. I joke, I'm just kidding. All right, so I'm going to fill in the numbers on my number line now. So if I'm here and I'm going here, the number should get larger. So this is going to be 2, 3, 4. And if I'm here and going here, the number should be smaller. So that's 0, -1, and -2. So I'm comparing x with this one. So I'm going to put up a circle at 1. But notice this time that it's supposed to be less than or equal to. This is where the drama comes. Once you see the little slash that says equal to, then you're going to have to shade the circle. The circle would no longer be open, but this time it will be shaded, right? So where is it that we're going to carry the arrow to? If it says x is supposed to be less than, that means we want numbers that are smaller than 1. Notice it's this way. The smaller numbers are here. So I'm going to draw my arrow now from the closed or the shaded circle towards the smaller side. The numbers heading in the smaller direction. Great. So that's that. So point to note, if it's less than or greater than, you have an open circle or an unshaded circle. If you have less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, once you have the little slash or the underline, you shade the circle. Okay? That's all we're doing. So let's look at the last one now. You don't know, sir, busted this, but I'm here to make it easier for you. So here we have -1 is less than x, and x is also less than or equal to 3. So this is what we call a compound inequality. You have x and you're comparing x not to one value but to 2 other values. Great. So what I like to do, as I tell you, is to start off with these input values. So I'm going to put 3 here, and then I'm going to put some other numbers around it. Going this way, it should get larger. So I'm going to put my plus sign here, and it means it's going to get larger on that side. And on the opposite side, I'm going to put my minus, which means it's supposed to get smaller on this side. Smaller. Good. So I'm just going to put in the numbers around 3 now. So this would be 4. This now coming this way will be 2, 1, 0, -1, -2. Great. For 1 second there, I thought that the number line wouldn't hold these numbers. But if that happens to you, all you can do is just extend your number line. Nothing wrong with that. So I'm comparing now x with -1. So I'm going to find that -1 and put up a circle. I'm leaving it open for now because afterwards I'll just figure out what to do. I'm comparing x also with 3. So I'm putting up a 3 here. So this circle at the -1 is going to be open because there's no slash underneath it or no underline. And the circle at 3 must have a shaded circle because, you know, there's an underline at 3. So I'm going to shade this one. Good. And it makes sense. So what we need to do now is to find where the x values would be. So at -1, x is supposed to be greater. So I'm going to be carrying the line this way. Right? And then at this part, looking at the x and the 3, comparing them, x is supposed to be less than or equal to 3. So I'm going to carry it this way now. So you can either put the arrows there to show, or you don't have to put the arrows. You can just connect the line once the solution makes sense. So that means x could be 0, because 0 is greater than -1 but less than or equal to 3. X could be 1 for the same reason, 2 for the same reason, and 3 for the same reason. These are what we call the solutions to the inequality. And that's it. Easy, don't it?